But let me finish a thought on this 10-year-old girl. The idea that we have to legalize abortion in all circumstances because of a single tragedy. You know what? The Democrats will never take a story of a single mother who's being stalked, who saves her life and her child's life with a firearm and go, see, this is why we need the Second Amendment. They will never do it. They would rather that single mother be beaten to death and raped, and maybe in that order, before they would ever give up on their anti-gun, anti-Second Amendment agenda. Has anyone ever seen the movie Death Wish? Has anyone ever seen the movie Death Wish? The scene, actually the rapist in the movie, believe it or not, is Jeff Goldblum. When Jeff Goldblum, the actor, playing a character, not Jeff Goldblum for real, if you've never seen that scene, where two women, Charles Bronson's daughter and wife, are followed home from a D'Agostino supermarket on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, and the thugs break into the house and beat them senseless and rape them, killing the mother and sending the daughter to an insane asylum. If you've never seen that movie, well, there's the remake with Bruce Willis, which now takes place in Chicago, and he's a doctor, not an architect, and it's a very, very different movie. But never, ever will the Democrat left in this country take a single story of tragedy averted, good guy with a gun, and say, you know what, maybe we're wrong about this Second Amendment thing. And by the way, we're going to get into that tragic story of that cop that was restrained and disarmed when his wife called him from inside the classroom to say goodbye before she bled to death. Never would the Democrat left take a story. Never would the media take a story where a homeowner or a parent, did you see that video in Texas? Two teenage boys tried to steal an SUV with two infants restrained in car seats in the back seat. The dad shot both of them. Hero dad. But Andrew, they were teenagers. He didn't know that. And he didn't know what they would do with his babies had they gotten away, so he defended the life of his children. And screw you if you don't see that as a hero. But they've taken this story, this tragic, tragic story, where people of faith or people of science that are pro-life are gut-wrenched by this story. Gut-wrenched. When that life is ended, it will keep people awake at night thinking about that story. But that doesn't mean that Roe v. Wade is somehow just. You know what's going to happen? You could already see the loophole. Every woman will come into the clinic and say, I was raped. There'll be no report. There'll be no rapist. They'll just put it down. Check a box. Well, she was raped. Or, maybe I feel a little cuckoo today. Well, that's health of the mother. Weinzig 695, Patriot 957-2874. The Marxist does not place value on another human being's life that they see as less accomplished or less important or less apt to do party work. Sure, if you've won a Pulitzer or a tenured professorship, maybe you passed a piece of choice legislation, then your life has value. I never understood people who cry at the death of a celebrity. Do celebrities cry at the death of someone in your family? No. Are their lives more important than yours? No. Do you like their work? Sure. Are you going to miss them? Fine. But their life isn't any more valuable. People can be more important and still be of equal value. But to the Marxist and to the government, you're just something to be managed. You might as well have a yellow ear tag like cattle. or a Jew in Germany. You might as well just have an earring or a tattoo. Anyone ever seen Idiocracy? You might as well just have a barcode with your social security number, because that's all you are. You're just here to promote and maintain the state. You are to be ruled. You're to be seen, not heard. And I'm going to get into something even more frightening. I don't know if you've read about Xi Jinping's new strategic initiative called the Global Security Initiative, where in his mind, the nations would no longer need war to settle differences so long as they do not question human rights in other nations. Now, allegedly, Biden's opposed to this, but really is he? Because he's sending them our oil. We were this close to having a disinformation governance board. And our nation has chosen to commit economic suicide, to bring the economy to its knees so we can be ruled over even more. It won't be very long before the government says we need to price fix food. And when there's shortages, they say we can't leave it to the farmers anymore. That property must be owned by the people. This is what Venezuela did. I'm 100% right about it. It is perfectly executed political analysis. There is no argument. Sirius XM Patriot.